Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagurs the Riven Realms. Last time we talked with the Hollow Men, we told them about what's going down, and then they asked us to do a couple things for us, one of which is go over to Ember Town here. But before I think we go help them out, I want to knock out the rest of the Water Seeker quest, pop back down to Scrap Heap, turn all the stuff in, like we have the let the guy know that we told the gangs that the other guy is an asshole. We have a couple things to do in Scrap Heap, and then we want to pop back over to Doomgarak to drop off the Orc Shamans, because we finished that quest last time. And then once we do all that, while gathering up any fighters that may or may not be around, since we lost a lot of dudes at the beginning of this kind of journey, then I think we can go help the Hollow Men out with their quests. So we're going to start with the water quest here. I think we're in a good shape. We've got 13 days worth of supplies. So I think we can just get on with it. We are a little low on vigor, so I think I will post no guards at first. Our people were a little beat up from our battle with the fire elementals last time. And I gotta remember, I can't go to 9 vigor when I'm running around the mountains. The new day promises it to be an exhausting one. Dang, I just fixed that vigor. You guys! Oh, I hate these bat things. Yes, beast lure you away. 1 beast lure? Absolutely. Enjoy your, what do you think a beast lure looks like? In my head, it's just like the carcass of a deer. I don't know why we're hauling 15 of those around, but that's just my imagination. Maybe it's like, you know, have you ever seen the third Jurassic Park movie? Before the Jurassic World movies were a thing, the third Jurassic Park. The kid has like a bottle of Tyrannosaurus pee, and he uses it to scare off the little guys, but it also attracts the really big dinosaurs, so you have to be careful with it. That could be a beast lure, or a beast deterrent, I suppose. Alright, so we've reached the fallen tower. No living soul remembers what toppled this mighty watchtower, but perhaps it is not a mystery in a region beset by frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Once it fell, however, the spire remained largely intact by some miracle, and has served as a shelter from the ire of the scorched heavens ever since, albeit not always for harmless wanderers. Alright, well, let's help out Ulthar first, and then maybe we poke around in the tower. Could find some cool stuff. The prospecting well-digger wears an ear-to-ear grin when you tell him that you are ready to get started. After some thought, however, his brow furrows as his eyes drift to the bulky mass of the toppled tower. It is as though a sobering strike of realization has suddenly left him unsure. Worry clouds his features. Me and the lads are ready to get to work, no doubt about it. It's just, the tower is a well-known hideout of the skull. And well, if you haven't met our local cannibals, I'm sure you can imagine that they don't much like folk on their turf. We could always do this another time if you're not ready for them. No one would hold it against you. There's a subtle challenge beneath the surface of Uthar's words, even if he doesn't intend it. You let your gaze explore the tower's contours and confines for a moment, wondering if the scavengers from the Crimson Skull lie in wait. The stout fellow awaits your decision. Excuse me. I think we can get to work. I think we're as ready as we're gonna be. Although he hesitates for a moment, Uthar soon shows his respect for your boldness by giving you a subtle nod of recognition and raising his eyebrows in acknowledgement. Under the dark shadow of the tower's bulk, Uthar gets to work, corralling the apprentices into action while he brings the Y-shaped dowsing rod to bear. Slow, rhythmic footsteps begin the delicate dance that is said to lead him to the most abundant surface water. His apprentices mirror his movements. They chant in a curious, unintelligible hum, while Dimitri, the other fully fledged member, stands off to the side and scribbles down notes on a piece of parchment. A quarter of an hour later, the rod's prongs bear down, and at Uthar's orders, one of the apprentices starts digging. The man himself, however, resumes striding across the broken earth, marking several more spots as minutes become hours. Somewhere in the middle of those drawn-out hours, you hear telltale sounds, the whistling of something airborne, muffled voices, and a faint scratching. Crew and companions alike are sent out in small groups, the latter with their leader, and sure enough, while checking the innards of the tower, you are beset by raging scavengers. Having expected this, your companions are ready. They form up at once to defend themselves. I think this might be the first time I've fought the Crimson Skull. Look at a bunch of meat cleavers! Alright, these guys are clearly ranged, boys. With the spears in the back. I don't think we have to worry about resistances in this fight, so we'll bring our best squad. Let's get a stun going. I forgot that Sky Strike could stun, so that's my bad. You didn't get stunned, which is wild. Throw down the wards, and then shoot the guy in the front. A crit is fantastic news. Ow! Counter crit. Rude. What are you doing? Ooh, they gain health when they attack, so we should definitely focus fire. You lived, which is annoying. Let's boost Nadir, and then get a chain lightning going. One down. Dude, she did a lot of damage. Whoa! I've been cursed. It was wild. It pushed my 2 melee guys to the back. I don't like that. Miss, nerd. Another Crimson Totem. Not sure what that does. Immune to fear. Alright. Burn these 2 fools. Oh, double crit is fantastic. And then you switch spots with Krifta here. Oh, they burned to death. Fantastic news. Try the stun again. The stun worked this time. Another crit. Shoot him. Oh, get wrecked. They had one chance to do something interesting. We got some supplies and scavenger trophies. Ooh, I wonder if we can sell those to, like, the Iron Guard or somebody. The bodies are a sorry sight to look upon, yet there are those who might appreciate the slaying of these madmen, so you have them discreetly stowed away. Wild. A while later, you return to an idle Uthar who stands and watches as his apprentices finish up their prospecting efforts, focusing on one specific site where any future well is sure to be built. The sturdy, bearded prospector spares you an inquisitive glance. The lads are about done here, Vagrus. Did you run into any trouble? You wave a dismissive hand as an answer, and he gets the message. Just another day in the wasteland for you, eh? Fair enough. Much respect. Not wishing to overplay or overstate the situation, you offer Uthar a firm nod in response. Afterward, you watch, pleased, as you are brought a small quantity of water by his apprentices. Dimitri appears to be standing near the tower where he carves several markings, presumably to mark this spot for future expeditionaries among the diggers. We'd best be off then, Uthar chimes. Never know when the Bastard Skull are going to return, even if they do know they're nothing to a veteran like yourself. And you know what, Vagrus, this is the last place we have to visit. You tell Uthar that you are glad, though his misty eyes you glimpse a spot of sadness. It is only there for a moment, but it is unmistakable. Does he regret that your time together is coming to an end? Perhaps so. Whatever the truth may be, you surmise that he would likely never admit to that fact, so you focus on the positive, that you are done. Aye, he simply states. The warm smile you have come to expect once more gracing his features. We'd best return to Hothia as soon as we're able. Of course, if there are things you need to take care of elsewhere, we'd be happy to stick around. Nods of agreement and sheepish glances of approval are cast your way. As Uthar said when they joined the Comitatus, they have all pulled their weight. Now all that remains is to take them back. You tell them that you'll consider and ponder your next move. Well, let's check the fallen tower here. Like a fallen column or pillar carelessly cast aside by the gods themselves, the toppled tower rests ominously motionless in the distance. You can spy no movement anywhere, naught but the slow-moving ash that flits to and fro in the darkling sky. It is always dark here, as though some higher power ordained it to be so. A foul stench is upon the air. It comes in waves, usually with the hot air that batters the cliffs and mountains of the surrounding terrain. There are noises too, howls, screams, and those common with beasts, what dwells within and who calls their tower home. Curiously, the tower itself has remained largely intact since it fell. The base crowns the crest of a low hill, inverting its natural angle with the trunk angled down and its zenith pushing into the broken earth. Explore the vicinity? Oh so carefully, you circle the ominous tower, eager for a better look without committing yourself to venturing inside. At first, the area appears all but abandoned, but soon you can see them, banners of human skin, skulls painted with blood, and crude effigies. The signs could not be clearer. The Crimson Skull inhabit the tower, and between the crags and the weathered structure, you see the possible points of entry. There's no telling how many of them there are in there, nor just how badly you would be exposed by entering. Perhaps one could sneak inside unnoticed, but given the ample warnings at the tower's perimeter, it is unclear if this is reasonable or simple wishful thinking. Let's try a foray. Yeah, I'm sure this could be interesting. We can take 4 people. Okay. We'll take you 4. Short expedition. We begin with a rock slide. Apparently that went okay. They didn't tell me. Money! Yeah, gather what we can. Sure. More money! More stuff! It's the same stuff. Combat! Here it comes. Now we fight the Bone Brigade. No, this Crimson Skull. Let's see here. Let's move you guys to this side. And we actually outnumber them, which is kind of wild. Ooh, he was excited about that. Didn't kill him, though. Left him alive with 1 HP. You and your Crimson Totem is very annoying. Let's make Finderath go twice. 1 guy died. Ow. Get back to the front. Ooh, nice crit. Lightning boom. Hit that guy. I should have gone for this guy. Owie. Didn't get a double kill. I shouldn't have let that guy go first. I should have finished him off with Kreefta. More ivory and some gang trophies. More money. Oh, hell yeah! Some supplies and a crap ton of metal. See what you have accomplished. Yeah, we did good. I think that was pretty good. All right, well, that was fun. Let's get a rest here. What do we got for supplies? Should probably check. Okay, so I think... I'm kind of thinking like this, like that? And then we just rest and eat as much as we can today. There we go. Now we reevaluate. So what do we got? If I ditch all of you, we're down to like 3 days. So I think I'm okay ditching a little of the metal and then dumping the rest of it. Okay, 6 days is fine. I think we just have to get to here, so. We probably could have made it work with 2. Two stacks of food, or sorry, like 2 days worth of food, but I think it's fine. Back down we go. Hooray! Alright, so we would like to store a bunch of our stuff. Specifically the metal. I don't really want to... Is there anything in demand here? I doubt it. I could sell the bones and the ivory, but I think I just want to hold on to everything. Like that. Now, let's go visit our people. Not you. The market district. Let's go talk to the well diggers. Report that all areas have been prospected per the requirements. Uthar sends his companions away and then bows low to Hothia. The old woman returns the gesture before embracing the burly fellow. They sit down at a table with you, where Uthar gives a brief report on his travels with you, highlighting his success in the matter of prospecting water sites. You have done well, Uthar, Hothia tells him and strokes his face. I am honored to have taught you. You have taught me well, Uthar replies, holding the woman's hand, but none of this would have been possible without the Vagrus, of course. The Comitatus was most welcoming to us, fought with us, suffered with us, and now we have everything we need to dig new wells if the region's gangs allow us. Those might save many souls, at least that is my hope. Hothia agrees and tells Uthar to rest now, and that they will talk about the details soon. The younger well-digger stands and bows to you. It's been a pleasure, Vagrus, he tells you. Nay, more than that. I'll remember our adventures until the day I die. Farewell. With that, Uthar leaves while Hothia turns to you. Thank you again for your aid in this matter, Vagrus, she says with a warm smile. My colleagues have already delivered some food and water, as well as your payment for the pains that you have taken to assist us. We hope these small things can repay you for your efforts, at least in part. And now on to other matters, I suspect. Well... Wow, I don't know what rune fragments are, but that sounds cool. A lot of money, too. You have done everything they asked you to do. Hothia gathers her colleagues, including Uthar, his companions, and the new trainees. They encircle you and thank you profoundly. You are given blessed water and drink with all the members of the order. Oops. We cannot begin to... Oh, sorry. We cannot begin to express our gratitude, Vagrus, the old woman says, clearly speaking for the rest of the well-diggers. With our new apprentices and prospects in Vonarud, our order might survive these dark times and carry on its sacred duty. You've saved countless lives in the future with your actions, and removed considerable obstacles from the path of progress. But you've done much more than that. You've given us and this town hope. I hope that you can forgive us for such strong words, but the joy these developments have brought have nearly overtaken our senses. The well-diggers take turns thanking you and giving you many gifts, including an enchanted dowsing rod they call Water Seeker. Cool. We also pledge to ourselves to supply you whenever our yield surplus allows, Hothia adds. You can come to us every 3 weeks or so, and we will have water and food for you and your komis. We hope this will aid you in your many endeavors to come. That's awesome. Narbo will be most satisfied with these developments. Neato. Water Seeker. Let's get some medical supplies while we're here. We used a bunch of them while we were wandering around up there. And then for supplies, sweet. And then have a nice day, you guys. Let's go check out the Wraith stash. We have to talk to Narbo about how things have gone with the gangs. Discuss the common endeavor regarding the election of a new Heap King. Okay. Discuss Lathra and his candidacy. Okay. Narbo and you put your heads together, starting with an account of your findings in Varnarud. You recount what the scavengers told you, and then you describe the graves, the undead, and the attires and the weapons that must have belonged to the Iron Guard. You also present the most damning item you found at the site, the bronze bracelet of a well-digger. Finally, you mention the arcane texts that must have belonged to the mage Lathra allegedly hired. Narbo exhales loudly. That's, he says, wondering, a lot. Not enough to grab his balls proper, but we might be enough to squeeze him a little. Based on these things, it looks like that Lathra left with a mage. That well-digger lass and his ex-guard buddies. Then they all died. How they died, that we can't be certain. But I think we can spin this in a way that doubt remains about Lathra's involvement in the minds of the listeners. You propose that Lathra should be called out in a public in that case. Precisely, Narbo adds. I think he's going to be put out by it so much that we can pressure him into doing something really dumb, which is what he's so good at, honestly. So I want to be there for this. I gotta do something quickly after you leave, but head to the market once you're ready, and send me a messenger. Oh, and bring someone who can fight real good. If I'm thinking we might end up challenging his ass if we play our cards right. You tell him that you'll send the messenger when you have everything in place. Cool. Talk about the downfall of Decimus Caput. That didn't do anything. Discover the scavengers and how... we already talked about that. I thought I was supposed to tell you about the well-diggers. Apparently not. But we do need to talk to him if he knows... talk to him about if he knows anything about a group of masked men carrying a pole who might have passed through town. Because the Hollow Men want their standard back. Narbo scratches his bearded chin and narrows his eyes in concentration upon hearing your query. After a few moments, his eyes go wide in recognition. "Oh yeah," he exclaims. "I remember. There was a bunch of bozos passing through good old crap heap some time ago. They were trying to remain all sneaky and shit, but they weren't very good at it. Paid them little mind myself, cause they seemed uninteresting. But they did carry around a pole, yeah, that they did. Some said they were hollow men, but I wasn't convinced. Maybe someone else knows more, someone in the markets. I only know they ain't here anymore." You were just about to move on to something else when Narbo snaps his fingers on his good hand. "Oh, one more thing. They never went back up the mountain. Arx would know about that, and when I asked him, he said these masked fellas with the pole never returned to the grind. You thank the entrepreneur for the news." Well, well, well. Let's go back to the... Yes, so let's do this right now. You think the well diggers would know about the dudes? Apparently not. Maybe the shopkeepers? Vazamar? Who's this? Oh yeah, I've talked to you before. That's right, I want to get the skin cape. I need salamander skins. How many do I have? None? Unless you're currently working on the cape. I don't think I own any salamander skins. I fought a bunch of them when we were doing the well digging. How about you? You guys know anything about people with a long pole? Maybe Decimus Kaput's the one to talk about it. Yeah, they won't let me in there. Okay, let's go challenge Lathra here. Maybe Prince Vriss might be the guy to talk to about it too. Narbo instructed you to send him a messenger when you are ready to face Lathra in public. You must also bring someone capable in a fight. Alrighty. The messenger is sent, and by the time Narbo joins you, your Komes have located Lathra in the market district. He and his sycophants are addressing people in the busiest part of Scrounger's Lane, a perfect opportunity to slander him according to your partner. You approach the gathered crowd only to listen to some of Lathra's speech. It concerns corruption in the ranks of the Iron Guard and contains a lot of rhetoric intended to rile people up. When the renegaded Iron Guard warrior finishes his tirade, Narbo yells out his name and tells him that he is a liar whom nobody should follow. Those who do end up betrayed and dead, eh? The entrepreneur points to you as you raise the bronze bracelet of the well-digger novice. Like poor Kathas, who we found dead and buried in a hidden place up in the mountain. The crowd gasps, along with a mage and a handful of your renegade Iron Guard buddies. Strange they left with you but never came back, eh? Lathra tries his best not to appear panicked, but his face loses all of its color. Everyone looking at him, including some of his cronies. Slander, he manages at last. A bracelet does not prove anything. He begins to gain some momentum. Besides, a conniving opportunist such as you is never to be trusted. You who take advantage of the people of this town. Perhaps someone should shut that filthy mouth of yours for good. Tough words from a liar and a betrayer, Narbo says theatrically. All of the eyes from the crowd now upon him. Can you back him up, or is it gonna just be your gums flapping in the wind as usual? Will you put your fate in the hands of the gods and defend your truth in a trial by combat? That's how an honorable warrior conducts their business. Lathra shakes with anger now, but too many of his follow his every move to back out now. Fine, he spits with bile. Trial by combat it is. I'm not one to back down from a fight, as everyone knows. Name your champion, and let the gods decide. The truth will be revealed to all. It is time to pick your champion. Obviously, it's Gorgoro. Lathra readies himself for combat while people from the crowd part to create a makeshift arena. Once you select your champion, the contestants step into the circle and eye each other. You'll regret this ill-conceived attempt to sabotage me, the rogue Iron Warrior hisses at you and Narbo. Perhaps, the entrepreneur replies confidently. By now, several prominent citizens, merchants, and several well-diggers have joined the crowd and volunteered to witness the trial in an official capacity. The combatants get into a fighting position, and Lathra's cronies are watching the unfolding events with worried expressions. At the sign of the senior well-digger, the battle commences. Away! Alright. Go, Gorgoro. I feel like we should start Gorgoro at the back, so he can do a charge attack. Holy hell! Unfortunate. Aha! We get to go first this time. Nice try. Immovable defense. What does shout do again? Damage and accuracy. Nice. Ow! He gets crits a lot. You and your block. Now if I attack you, are you gonna counterattack me? Sure are. Don't kill me. Oh, I think we finish him right here. Good. That was a close fight. Double crit against me is a rough thing to deal with. Gorgoro's armor makes that a lot easier though, I imagine. Alright. Even though Lathra puts up quite a fight, he is felled in the end. The Well-Diggers step in, announcing the trial to be over and naming your companion as the victor. You expect Lathra to hiss and moan, but when he finally comes to, he simply sits on the ground with his head hanging low. Some of his sycophants and most of the crowd have already abandoned the scene. The rest are congratulating you and your companion and your champion, or are talking to Narbo about the evidence you uncovered. I know, Lathra manages at length. When I'm defeated, I put my fate into the hands of the gods, and they laid their verdict at my feet. He rises holding a wound and then looks you and Narbo in the eyes. The prominent citizens watching. Bear witness to my decision, he tells everyone around him. I shall step down from candidacy for the title of sovereign. I still resent your accusations, but the gods have spoken and I no longer feel fit to lead anyone. Perhaps you should leave, mate, Narbo suggests softly. There'll be questions. Lathra nods and turns to leave, followed by his remaining cronies. Well done, partner. I'm sure that's the last we've seen of him, Narbo says with a grin. One less problem to worry about, even though I never saw him as a serious contender. It's best that he in particular is out of the picture, the self-righteous bastard. Hate his ilk. Hope he dies out there. Jesus. The entrepreneur slaps his forehead. I almost forgot I had some people delivering something to you. Seeing how you're traipsing up and down the mountain, I'm sure you'll find them useful on your travels. A gift from one business partner to another. Think none of it. Anywho, nice working with you. I'll talk to you later. You know where to find me. With that, he leaves, giving Katha's bracelet to the Well-Diggers, and the crowd disperses. You decide to follow suit. Once back at the Manzio, you find a row of backpacks optimized for mountaineering by a wall. The crew confirms that Narbo's men came earlier and left the equipment here for you. Dude, is it? Oh, yes! This is the thing that I've been wanting forever. All right, let's leave the market district. Let's check this out. Does this mean we can do this? Or is it like beyond basic? I wonder if it's not the mounts necessarily. No, not mounts yet. Does that mean you ride on people? What is this about? We definitely want to look at our equipment here. So we got Dragon Steel. Obviously, we're not changing that. Sorcery, Water Seeker, Foraging base chances plus 20. So that would replace like the runic wards. And honestly, I feel like I'd rather just put the runic wards down by the... Uh-oh. I think my game froze. There we go. That was weird. I'd rather just replace the perimeter alarm and then maybe we put Water Seeker up here? Because having a better foraging chance might like make it a little more viable to be wandering around up in the... Oh, cool! Oh, it's a backpack slot. Okay. Well, we keep hauling litters for sure, because that boosts our cargo. And then we add this. Oh, that's cool. Neat. So yeah, that gives us a whole extra slot. That is very cool. Well, I'm excited about that. And then we got Water Seeker. Did we get anything else? I don't think so. No navigation equipment. Cat. My good luck cat. Yeah, the runic wards is fine. Yeah, okay, cool. I think that's a great place to pause the episode. Next episode, we're going to go back up the mountain and drop off the orcs up there. I might poke around town and see if anybody knows about the Hollow Men standard. And I'll keep you guys updated. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the episode, please click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Vagurs the Riven Realms or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!